What is up, YouTube? We are one sleep away now from the biggest market crash for the rest of Madden 22. This video, we're kind of be going through what to do with your eggs in terms of selling off the players, as well as how to attack kind of the market because it's going to be absolutely plummeting tomorrow morning. First things first, when is the market crash going to be starting? 10:30 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 a.m. West Coast time is when the eggs do open, of course. That is always, right, could be 5 minutes early, 5 minutes late. I would probably hop on maybe 15 minutes early. I'm going to be up bright and early on the West Coast. We had to get that the way. Make sure you guys know that 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, 7:30 a.m. West Coast time is when the eggs are going to hatch. The first thing I want to talk about for this video is your Easter eggs. You probably have a lot of Easter eggs. I have a lot of Easter eggs, and you might not know when to open your Easter eggs and when to sell the players inside the Easter eggs. I'm going to tell you right away, the first hour, the first 3 hours really are the most important time in the market crash, and you want to be in the market actually buying players and making investments. You do not want to be spending any time opening your eggs because we're not going to be selling the eggs for a few days, which means there is absolutely zero point opening your eggs in the morning, whereas opening in the afternoon, because you're not even going to be using and selling those players for a few days. There is one scenario where you are, I would say it's okay to open your eggs. It's if you have absolutely zero coins and you need to like buy a player for your team or buy players in the market. Because if you were to sell kind of your contents in the morning, let's say for 50K, because you're gonna be selling at a much lower price, well, you'll be buying at a much lower price. Whereas if you sell in the afternoon, you're gonna be selling for a more expensive price, but you're gonna be buying for a more expensive price. But that's only if you have zero coins. You should have some coins kind of preloaded, ready for this market crash, so you don't have to. We want to combine those two scenarios. We want to basically be buying players at 50K and selling at 100K a few days down the line. So to wrap things up with the Easter eggs, I highly suggest you have some coins going into the market crash and just wait to open your eggs. I'm gonna be opening my Easter eggs on Twitch. I'll have a huge stream in the afternoon, probably like 3 to 4 West Coast time in the afternoon. Just wait to open your eggs. I opened my Zero Chill presents, I think it was at nighttime, like 7 or 8 my time, late in the day, because we're not going to be selling these players, right? The market is going to tank in the morning and slowly rise for the next few days. We actually go to a schedule kind of when it comes to demand for just training in general. We're going to have no demand really Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're going to have a little bit of demand because of Wildcard Wednesday. Thursday, again, probably no demand. And then Friday's that first day when it comes to like, we're going to have a training demand because of the NFL draft program. Hopefully there's reels. So you got to understand when you're opening these eggs and the players inside your eggs, we're not really going to be selling these players for a few days. The market isn't going to bounce right back up like it did Christmas because we have absolutely zero demand for training the day after, whereas Christmas time, we had LTDs and reels basically throughout Christmas and the days after Christmas. So there was basically a demand for training on Christmas Day, and that's why training really shot up, whereas Easter market crash, we don't really have a demand for training. So the market isn't going to bounce right back up. It's going to go down, right? I think training really can go from 3 down to like 1.7, 1.8, and it's probably going to sell at around 2, but it's not going to bounce back up to 3 like it did on Christmas. So you got to understand when we're opening these eggs, the players inside the eggs, if you want to be the most responsible Madden player and make the most coins from your eggs, we're going to be waiting a little bit. Now, it's not 2-3 weeks. It's just going to be 1 week, probably Friday. So what's 4 or 5 days? If you can wait 4 to 5 days for your players, that's probably when they get their max price and make the most coins from your eggs. The next thing we're going to talk about is the buying process when it comes to just simply buying players in the market for your team, for investments. I'll throw a little kind of timeline on the screen when it comes to the best time to buy players. The first hour, right? Eggs open 7:30. It's going to take a little bit for the market to really, like, truly hit its lowest because people have to list players for. So I'd say probably around the 7:45 mark. Yes, I'm using West Coast time. It's my time zone, so I'm going to understand the easiest. The first basically 45 minutes are going to be what I say 10 out of 10 buy prices, like the prime of the market crash. 8:30 to 10, the prices are still going to be good. They're just not going to be as low as that first 45 minutes. And then really after 10, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, the rest of the day, the market's still going to be lower than it is today. It's going to be much lower, but they aren't going to be lower than, of course, that first kind of 3 hours. And it's just really going to be trickling up throughout the day just because the supply of the eggs as time goes on is going to deplete, whereas the demand for kind of players in the market is going to be still kind of consistent, I would say, throughout the day. Now to hop into kind of some tips, I'd say, when it comes to just overall the market and in the morning. One, I really think you guys, especially if you have not bought your team yet and you kind of are a little bit confused because the market crash is it's overwhelming. If you really haven't been involved in the market, like, or any market crash in the past few years, you'll know, man. For me, I'm half awake during this entire thing. Make a checklist. When I say checklist, I don't mean like checklist in terms of investments, because investments are going to be more kind of like right time, right place, right price, right place. But more so like for your team, write down all the positions you are going to want to fill on your team, because it's going to be really confusing if you pretty much just go from like the market to investments. Go to your team, you're going to forget players. I'm telling you, make a checklist. It's going to make your world so much easier on Sunday morning. And if you're confused whether you should be making investments first or buying your team first, because I know a lot of you guys have sold your team off over the past few weeks, and you're waiting, you're ready to buy your team back and play some Madden games, prioritize buying your team first in the market crash. I know you may want to make investments first, but I promise you, in past few years, when I don't prioritize my team, I kind of just tend to forget about certain players, and they happen to just go up throughout the day. Because you gotta understand, a lot of people are buying their team on Sunday, which means the very meta players are going to be the players that rise the fastest from the fall, because everyone's gonna be buying them. Everyone's gonna be buying Ultimate Legend Randy Moss. I'd say Sugar Rush players. Those players are going to be the ones that rebound the fastest, so make sure you prioritize buying your team. Basically, like I said, have the checklist of all the players you want to pick up for your team and buy them first before going into investments. And for the last segment of this video, we're going to be talking about pretty much buying and investing into the market to make coins. Now, one thing I think you guys need to do Sunday morning, I would have a stream up. Preferably, I'd be watching GutFox early on in the morning, just because you need to know what is in the eggs. Yes, we can predict whatever each egg is. We think we know, we don't really know. And the market really, the best prices and the best investments are going to be off of what is in those eggs. And it's going to be early on in the morning. I'm not going to be able to live tweet out and be in my Discord kind of just updating because I'm going to be on the market too. Make sure you have a stream up and you'll pretty much be able to watch multiple streamers open their Easter egg. I promise you, they'll be opening their Easter eggs. You're going to be in the market and kind of just observe what is in each Easter egg, because that will give you an idea of what to snipe. When it comes to what players you should be buying when it comes to investments, well, you're in luck, because I dropped an NFL draft promo investment guide a few hours before this. I kind of walked through, I'd say 15 to 20 current players I like as investments for Sunday for the following week when we get the NFL draft program, as well as join the Discord. I'm pretty much going to have every single player I am thinking or targeting Sunday morning. Of course, I'm not going to have prices up because the market is pretty much going to be ever changing on Sunday. It's why I highly suggest having a stream up, because you're going to want to kind of get as much information as you can from multiple different sources to kind of understand where the market is at the current time. The other thing that when it comes down to like investing, the most important number you are going to want to find out Sunday morning, and again, this is going to be changing, evolving. I can't give you the number right now because it's going to be completely different probably Sunday morning, and it's training. Hopefully my Discord, I kind of have an updated spreadsheet when it comes down to training from like the 1.5 to the 2.5 ratio, because that's where I think training is going to be. But the training number is the most important number when it comes down to what you want to buy players for, any players, because if training goes down to 2 per, let's say a 92 overall at 20,000 coins is the cheapest training. Well, you need to take that number 2 in terms of training value and kind of put it out to every single overall, so you can understand like, okay, I need to buy 95 overalls, probably under, let's say 55k, or 97 overalls, let's say under 105. Okay, training is the most important number, because you don't really want to be, say, buying 95 overalls for 3 per and 92 overalls for 2 per. Pretty much the universal price for any investment you're going to make needs to be near training value. Now, finding that training value is a little bit hard, and why I recommend having a Twitch stream up, because a lot of streamers, especially GutFox, will go through the numbers and try to find the cheapest training. Because again, it's going to be overwhelming. This is why I say prioritize your team first. Get that out of the way and have your mind clear when you go on to investing, because the numbers are going to be moving. The prices are going to be going up and down, up and down. You're really not going to know what is in the eggs probably for a good 25-30 minutes. But the most important thing is figuring out that lowest trading price. And yes, it will bottom out in the first 30 minutes and trickle up basically. But finding that trading price, you can basically put that number out to every single overall. Doesn't matter the type of card unless they're an LTD. To every single card, Reduxes, Ultimate Legends, you're going to be trying to pick up cards near the trading value, because trading, of course, throughout the week and we go into the NFL draft program, is just going to be slowly rising. And since those players will all be trading value, those players will just naturally rise with the trading prices. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. A little bit kind of a survival kit for Easter morning. Kind of a quick kind of notes to remember, let's say. Easter eggs, I would recommend not opening them in the morning. Do not take that time off the market when it's at its prime, at its peak. Open your eggs in the afternoon. We're not going to be selling either way for a few days, so there's absolutely 0 point in openings in the morning unless you have 0 coins and you need coins to buy players for your team. The other thing I'd say, have a Twitch stream up, have my Discord up when it comes down, because you need to find out what the cheapest trading is. You need to find out what is in each Easter egg, because we're not going to know until the eggs actually open. And the last thing is, man, just have some fun. I mean, this is the last time kind of throughout Madden 22, I'd say, the huge market crash. California, I've been hearing about the big one when it comes to an earthquake for the past 10 years. This is the big one when it comes down to Madden. This is kind of the last investment, prime investment spot we're going to have the rest of the year. We don't have that much content after this other than NFL draft. I'd say like golden tickets and fan appreciation. This is it. This is the lowest the market is probably going to be until fan appreciation. That's not until a month and a half. So take advantage of it. I want to be ending Sunday, kind of my stream with 0 coins, or going into my stream Sunday afternoon with 0 coins, because I want to be spending all my coins on training, all my coins on investments. Hopefully this video helps. If you have any questions down in the comments, let me know. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and until next time, peace.